Let me report to you the fifth P of Origin parameters for peace and development, the processes. Processes can be defined as a collection of tasks and activities that together and only together transform inputs into outputs. Within organizations, these inputs and outputs can be varied as materials, information, and people. A unifying framework is presented for thinking about processes or sequences of tasks and activities that provides integrated, dynamic picture of organizations and managerial behavior. At the heart of any professional services or project-based organization, you'll find a series of well-defined processes. One of the major responsibilities of a project manager is to oversee these processes and ensure team members to understand the rules within them. However, as organizations grow and change, processes must be analyzed and updated in order to remain as efficient as possible. That's where process improvement plans comes into play. Here are 6 simple steps to guide you on your process improvement journey, especially when you are in a project-based organization or services. Number 1. Map the process in its current state. Before you can begin improving a process, you need to understand exactly what it looks like as is. Process mapping will help you visualize how information and knowledge flows within your team and organization until it becomes a final deliverable. Number 2. Assess the process. With the process properly mapped out, it's time to analyze each and every step along the way and identify issues. Where are too many resources being used? Is there a lack of support in one step? Where do bottlenecks and delays occur? Keep in mind that the actual cause of a problem may be several layers deep, so do your due diligence to truly sniff out the root of the inefficiency or delay. Number 3. Rebuild the process. Now, you are ready to rebuild a leaner, faster, and more efficient process. But you shouldn't do this in a vacuum. Consult with your team to help ensure you understand the process in its previous form and that you've identified the problem areas. Then, develop the new process with their output. After all, they're the ones who will actually carry it out, which means they'll have valuable insight into solutions for optimizing the process from beginning to end. Number 4. Assign roles and resources. Even if you've consulted with the primary team involved, the new process may impact other teams or departments, or it may require additional resources outside your team. If so, make sure to talk with those department heads or managers when assigning roles and allocating resources for the new processes. Number 5. Communicate and carry out the new and improved process. With the new process mapped and all roles and responsibilities assigned, it's time to communicate and execute. Even if your team members have seen the newly mapped process, it's critical to communicate the plan to carry it out and ensure everyone is on the same page. It's also important that you have buy-in from the entire team on the new process. Even if a single team member is resistant, you could experience a snag in the execution phase. The 6th and last one is to monitor the new process and repeat the improvement cycle. Here's the most important part of your process improvement plan. It must be carried out on an ongoing basis. Otherwise, the improved process may stagnate and become just as inefficient as the previous one. Continuously monitoring your processes will help ensure they stay as smooth and productive as possible. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.